It's time to go racing at North Wilkesboro in the Target Series. We're here for the Mello Yello 250 short track racing once again in the Target Series season number 8. George Cooper in the 28 has the pole for today's race. To his outside is the 78 of Ryan Brommer. Then third is Alexander. Fourth is Colton Yello, running out the top 5. Yello's teammate Eli Bright, and 2 Brights outside. Sixth, it's another Bright and teammate Junior Motorsports car Jeff Bright in 6th. 7th place, it's Max Anderson, Diego Yepes in 8th. 9th, we have Paul Taylor with Steve Larker rounding out the top 10. And for the rest of the field, there's Matt Oskin to his outside, Levi Shones. Then behind them is Greg Torres with Mathis Wells. Then we have Christian Richardson and Oliver Galloway. Then there's Jose Mills and Sebastian Kukulon, along with Jonathan Rains and Jake Galloway. Then there's Trey Rainey second in points, Denny Lloyd to his outside. Then we have France Device and Mike Burrow, along with Anton Charbois and Trent McGinnis. Then there's William Bolin and Derek Hamill, along with Luke Rainey and Justin Zidell, filling in for Jay Jefferson for the rest of the season here in the Target Series early on. Then there's Adam McDowell with William Seaman, along with Cole Luigi in points there. Dylan Ebrahimi, not a great start for that 36 here today, with Greg Lee and Jennifer Reed for his teammate, along with Simon Bloomfield and Anthony Hernandez, with Nathan Ormond and Patrick Smith. And in the final row, Jason Larker to his outside is Riley Spurlitube in car number 8. So there's the 4-2 cars to do battle here at North Wilkesboro. George Cooper leads the green flag after this starting command.
Drivers, start your engines!
And the command has been given to fire these 42 Target Series engines up as they get ready to go racing here in North Wilkesboro for the second time in the Target Series. Last season was the inaugural race here at North Wilkesboro. So 38 laps to do battle. Last season we saw domination by the Pulsar. Can someone else get up here now and challenge? George Cooper starts on the pole here today. 38 laps, pace car in. Daytime racer at North Wilkesboro, George Cooper on pole. Ryan Brommer to his outside. They come off turn 4, and the green flag waves, and we're racing in the Mello Yello 250. George Cooper from the pole will lead lap 1 to 28. He slides up through 3 and 4. Alexander gets to second in the 76. Here comes Eli Bright, the 88. Won at Richmond in the Gatorade Cup Series. He went for third, but got tight down low. And Ryan Brommer, a huge run off the top side, keeps the third spot for now. Jeff Bright found his way down to the bottom and looking on Eli. They're side by side for fourth, 2 teammates and father and son. Jeff will get to fourth over Eli as the battle's on for second. Ryan Brommer, a fast race car. He got by Eli Bright in the outside lane. Now he's challenging Alexander for second into turn number 3. Drives it hard at 3 and 4. Slides up the track a little, but a great corner for Ryan Brommer. Gets his way all the way to second. And the 70 has his sights set on the 28 to George Cooper at the front of the field. And Alexander's falling back. Here comes Jeff Bright, the 1. He got a good run through 1 and 2. That 76 fading through the field down the backstretch. Jeff Bright can move his way up to third. Eli Bright now going to look for fourth. Max Harrison coming forward. Colton Yello, look at Eli trying to take it 3 wide. Jeff shuts the door down low. Jeff Bright clearing third. The yellow's out. First time here today we get our caution flag. And it's for Greg Lee along with Nathan Ormond and a few others down the backstretch in turn number 3. Looks like that's also Anthony Hernandez in the 7 involved. So we got our first caution of the day, and our pulsar George Cooper leads the race. Let's see what happened. Caution is out for the first time early on, and Greg Lee has spun down the backstretch. This was some hard racing towards the back of the field. 3 wide. France Device in the 38 is on the outside. Down low, Trip McGinnis and also Greg Lee. Then Anton Charbois right here. The 60 kind of slides up, puts his way up into the 55. Anton Charbois gets into Trip McGinnis. Those cars spin down the backstretch. McGinnis sideways. Greg Lee will get hit by Nathan Ormond right there along with Anthony Hernandez. The 2 is out of control, and then he comes up, and I think he's trying to miss the barrels and possibly spins around theirs. Justin Zidell's first race back with Joe Gibbs Racing in the Target Series. He's able to just squeak his way through. See some of these cars having to stop and lost a ton of track position, a ton of time doing just that. Yeah, Lee kind of slid up a little, opened the bomb for Cole Luigi. They got 4 wide, and there was no room for that here at this, this length of a racetrack, how small it is. That was just never going to work out. Lee gets bounced around a few times, and then Ormond, I think he was trying to miss the pit rails and came up and got Anthony Hernandez in the 7. So as they came down, you see Ormond's going to hit the 60 a little right there, get out of shape. And he's trying to correct the car. He missed the barrels, but unfortunately in front of the 7 of Anthony Hernandez up there, nowhere for Hernandez to go, and he gets involved with Ormond as well. So they wreck down the backstretch, and in turn 3 and 4, caution comes out for the first time here today. And it's George Cooper at the race lead in the 28 with Ryan Brommer. And second, Brommer with a good car. He's going to be right in the bumper now. The 28 on this restart, which will come after 30 to go in the Mello Yello 250. Coming back for our first restart of the day will come on lap number 10. George Cooper leads in the 28. The only retiree from that is Nathan Ormond in the 241 cars on the racetrack and on the lead lap. They're led by George Cooper in the 28. Behind in second, it's Ryan Brommer, Jeff Bryant third, Eli Bright fourth, with Alexander fifth. Then we have Max Harrison sixth, Colton Yello seventh, Steve Larker eighth, Diego Yepes ninth, Paul Taylor rounds out the top 10. Three junior motorsports cars inside the front 10, currently at North Wilkesboro, as we're back racing. A great jump for Ryan Brommer. He looks to the inside, into turn 1. Cooper up the racetrack. Brommer looking inside of turn 2. Side by side for the lead down the backstretch. Brommer inside, Cooper outside. Yellow flag is back in the air, and it's for a wreck in turn 1. Who leads the field back? It's going to be close. Brommer slides. Give it to Cooper. George Cooper leads the field back at the start-finish line, so he'll still be leading under the caution flag. Cooper barely beats Brommer back in for a wreck. Entering turn 1, Patrick Smith all torn up in the front end. So we just got a caution. We're going to get a quick one here at North Wilkesboro. I honestly don't know why this happened. Jennifer Buford, the 16, restarting behind the 18, just as Zidell right here. Zidell goes a little wide after almost making contact with Spurley Tube. Buford comes hard in the bomb, trying to stay off the 18, just spins herself into the inside wall hard. Then she shoots back up the racetrack out of control and into Patrick Smith with nowhere to go. And the 16 into the 01, spins around, and a bad day for Roush. Family Racing has gotten worse with the 16 now involved in a caution. And that's our second of the day. And we have just gone back green. We haven't even gotten a lap under the green flag. As Zidell got really tight there, hard on the gas, and then Buford just kind of into the 18, spins herself into the inside wall, and then out of control back up into Smith, and some hard hits. William Bowen got damaged on the 40. William Seaman tried to get through. There's Greg Lee, so a lot of cars with damage here after that crash. Brommer tried to beat the 28 back, but it was George Cooper on the outside leading the field back, and once again, our pole here still out front in the Mello Yello 250 leads back to the green flag here at North Wilkesboro. Coming back green right here in lap number 16. George Cooper from the poles led every lap so far today, and he's out front. Patrick Smith out from that crash. This leaves us 40 cars on the lead lap and on the racetrack. George Cooper, our race leader in the 28. Behind him in second, it's Ryan Brommer, Jeff Bright, Eli Bright, and Alexander the front 5, with Max Anderson, Colton Yello, Steve Larker, Diego Yepes, and Paul Taylor the front 10. Pretty much the same as the last restart, since we barely even got one green flag lap in. Once again, Brommer on the gas on George Cooper, back racing. Another great restart for the 78 on the back of the 28. Inside again for Ryan Brommer through 1 and 2. A good run down the backstretch. They go side by side again. Going into 3 for the lead. Brommer. Cooper slides up. Brommer bottom lane. Slides a little that time. Jeff Bright as well slides. Brommer leads. Cooper back to second. Will follow even further back. Here comes Jeff Bright and Eli Bright down the bottom lane. Jeff will take second away. Jeff Bright through the second. Now is his sight set on Ryan Brommer. Cooper up the racetrack from third. Eli to his inside in the 88, trying to take that spot away. Eli keeps it down low. That's for third, but Cooper shuts the door. Eli, a little tight in the dirty air, goes up the racetrack, but keeps fourth. Max Harrison to fifth. Alexander falling back in the 76. Here comes Colton Yello for sixth. At the bound 9 inside. Eli Bright for third again on George Cooper. His car might be starting to fade on the long haul. We saw it with Cole Luigi last night in the Penfield Truck Series race. It looked like Luigi's truck was set for the short run. Remember, he qualified first. And for the race lead, the veteran of the Target Series, Jeff Bright, inside of Ryan Brommer for the lead. Side by side down the front stretch. Jeff Bright gonna clear Ryan Brommer to lead in the Mello Yello 250. It's been so long for Jeff Bright since he last been to victory lane in the Target Series. He's won 11 races in the Target Series, the most of anyone. Looking for his 12th here today. And he wants to win a 12th because Eli Bright has been out of charge in the Target Series. He's only 2 away from Jeff's win total. He's only 1 away from being tied with Jeff Bright for the most wins in Joyride history. So Jeff wants this win to open that gap back up over Eli. 1:18 to go. Jeff Bright a little wire through each corner, but he gets good runs off each and pulls the 78. Cooper keeps third. Max Harrison has gotten to fourth as Eli Bright fades back. Larker for fourth now. Gets inside the 23, and Eli Bright continuing to fade. Yepes looking to his inside in the 0 car. The battle for fourth is on. Steve Larker drives it hard to 3 and 4, trying to complete the pass on Max Harrison. Cooper wide in 3 and 4, lose some time to the front 2 as Larker grabs fourth. Here comes Eli Bright back for the top 5, going for fifth on Max Anderson. Our third yellow of the day is waving. It's for a wreck in 3 and 4. Levi Shones in the 00 involved in this one, and Jeff Bright racing back with Ryan Brommer, who gets back in front. contact for the lead. Bright back in front with Ryan Brommer second, George Cooper third, Eli Brett Lee fourth, Steve Larker back to fifth. So we got our third yellow of the day with about 15 to go. Involved this time, Levi Shones and Carr, double nothing. What's happening? Third caution of the day out in North Wilkesboro. Here is the reason for our third caution of the day. 3 wide inside the top 20. Luke Randall in the bottom lane. Levi Shones in the middle. And Shones a little over-aggressive through 3 and 4. Drives up the racetrack into Jake Gowey. Has nowhere to go except into the outside wall. Shones up off the ground. Luckily, that car comes back down on all 4 wheels. Jake Gowey gets off him. Trey Rainey second to points. Contact there. And our yellow flag for the third time here today comes out. Levi Shones, the worst of this impact, as he's in the middle, 3 wide. I think this little too hard of a run in there. Maybe thought he would have cleared the 19 and kind of gets involved there. Trey Rainey did a great job not getting any more damage than what he needed to, because Dylan Ebrahimian is currently in front of them on the racetrack. Those two are battling once again for the points. And Trey Rainey second in points. Ebrahimian is first, and they're currently outside the top 20 here in North Wilkesboro. There's a good race back to the start. Finish line Brommer tried on Jeff Wright, but the 1 continues to lead here at North Wilkesboro. And we'll go back green with about 10 to go in the Mello Yello 250. Can Jeff Wright hold on for his 12th Target Series win of his career? Coming back to the restart with 10 laps of racing to go in the Mello Yello 250. Jeff Wright leads the race, and we still have 40 cars on the racetrack and on the lead lap. So Jeff Wright looking for another Target Series victory. It's been a long time since the old man has visited victory lane in the series. Brian Brommer hot in his tail in second with George Cooper, Eli Bright, and Steve Larker, the front 5. 10 to go restart here in North Wilkesboro. Jeff Wright steps on the gas and gets a great jump to get back racing. And the battle's for third. George Cooper did not get going. Eli got going, got right to the back of the 28. Looking for third. Side-by-side for third. Try to put Junior Motorsports in 2 of the top 3 positions. Off to the turn 3 for Eli. Just hard. Up into the 28. Some contact made as Brommer looked for the lead. Down the front stretch. Sideways. Brommer to the inside wall for a second. Around he goes. 78 into the field. Luckily, I think everyone else somehow misses. And we get our 4th caution of the day as second place Rex. And now it's going to be Eli Bright bound with his father, Jeff, coming to 8 to go. And we will have a late restart between 2 Junior Motorsports cars of Jeff Bright and Eli Bright. 8 to go, 4th yellow flag of the race, and it's Ryan Brommer from second position. Done here in North Wilkesboro. Caution is out. Let's see what happened. Jeff Bright top in the 1. Ryan Brommer turns it hard to the bottom lane in the second position. Gets a good run, trying to nail the gas off turn 4. Gets a little sideways there, up into the 1. Makes contact with Jeff, who saves the car. Then Brommer down to the inside while shoots back up. Yepez slight contact there. But otherwise, these drivers did such a good job. Look at them all evade the 78 without contact. I thought for sure with him staying sideways in the field, he would have gotten clobbered by a few. But somehow, everyone avoids the 78. And the only contact with the 78 was the 0 just scraping by. And look, that's the only contact right there. Yepez just kind of getting a scrape there. Somehow the field misses Ryan Brommer's spin down the front stretch. And we will get a late race restart with under 5 to go. And it will be between the teammates and relatives, Jeff Bright and Eli Bright, to sell this in North Wilkesboro. Ryan Brommer takes a hard hit multiple times. Yellow flag in the air. Ryan Brommer, the one involved. Jeff Bright continues to lead in the 1, but now a new challenger. It's his son, Eli Bright. Will it be 1 or 88 to victory lane, or will those two be too occupied with each other, and will someone else get the glory? Restart under 5 to go be the final of the day here in the Mello Yello 250. 3 to go restart here in the Mello Yello 250 in North Wilkesboro. This is this could be the biggest restart of the race. This is the restart which will determine the winner of the Mello Yello 250. Ryan Brommer out from that crash. Remember, he was second when he crashed. 39 cars now on the racetrack. Hopefully we keep that win. Hopefully we finish under the green flag. They have 3 laps to go. Jeff Bright, the 1, leads the race. His son, Eli Bright, teammate, is second. Steve Larker's third. George Cooper fourth. Max Harrison fifth. Then Colton Yello, Diego Yepez, Paul Taylor, Oliver Galloway, Alexander the front 10. Who wins in North Wilkesboro? The front 2 pull away in the restart. Back racing for Jeff Bright and Eli Bright. Yepez is slow from 7th because of that damage. Remember, he was the one that just clipped Ryan Brommer. Colton Yello for 5th on Max Harrison. Gets back up in line. It's a 6-car train at the front to settle the Mello Yello 250. 2 to go in North Wilkesboro for Jeff Bright. Eli Bright behind him in second. They're trying to get around Diego Yepez as the 0 falls back. If we make it to the white flag, the race will be official. We'll come back around to the checkers. Jeff Bright trying to beat Eli Bright. They go through 3 and 4. father and son at the front. The white flag is in the air. Last lap at North Wilkesboro will be Jeff Bright or Eli Bright to hold the trophy. Through one, Jeff Bright the racetrack. Eli Bright closing on corner exit. Down the backstretch, nose to tail. As we get our caution on the last lap, we're coming back around. Jeff Bright, Eli Bright off turn 4. It will be father, Jeff Bright to victory lane. Eli slides, Jeff wins. Crazy last lap there. Jeff Bright wins. The Mello Yello 250 is wrecked on the last lap. And it was possibly Jeffrey Beefer and some others. So let's just quickly see what happened there. These drivers trying to get around to get back to pit road and whatnot as we get our 5th caution of the day on the last lap. And it was possibly these drivers that crashed. No, it was up ahead as it was Adam McDowell involved Riley Spurley tube. I mean, this looked like a pretty big crash. Racing hard here once again. It is the last lap. Zidell comes up into Adam McDowell, spins him down into the trough while they come up and get Riley Spurley tube. William Seaman in 22 sent sideways, and mostly crashing happened in turn number 1. Greg Lee is involved. There's Zidell, as we mentioned, Riley Spurley tube. So a lot of these drivers with issues, and possibly, you know, these drivers, they're still coming back around to, you know, the 1, the 88, they're coming back around to win this race. The crashing is still happening on the front stretch as they're coming around through 3 and 4. And Jeff Bright goes a little wide. Eli parring the gas off turn 4, gets sideways underneath his father, almost takes him out. Eli keeps him off of that. And it looks like Colton Yo does get 5th at the end, which makes it a 1-2-5 for Junior Motorsports here today in North Wilkesboro. But father Jeff getting to victory lane for his 12th Target Series victory in his career. Let's go see the finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the Mello Yello 250 at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. 5 caution flags, 20 laps, and 2 lead changes, 3 different drivers lead laps in this race. It was Jeff Bright, the one who dominated, 19 laps led for the old man. That's half the race, and he gets the victory lane for the 12th time in his Target Series career, and he's up to win number 25 now in all of the Joe Art League, and extends that lead to 2 over his son Eli Bright, who ends up in the 2nd position. Tried to get to the old man, but couldn't get done here today. George Cooper from the pole, 15 laps led for him. He falls back to 3rd. Steve Larker 4th. Colton Yo rounds out a great day for Junior Motorsports. 1st, 2nd, and 5th for JRM here today. Max Harrison 6th, Oliver Galway 7th, Sebastian Kukalan 8th, Alexander Rowe and Greg Torres are the final drivers inside the top 10. Mathis Wells, even after starting in the outside, rebounded nicely for Junior Motorsports in 11th place there. The only Junior Motorsports car that had issues, Anthony Nez, who's involved in a few crashes with some damage and whatnot. That's why we don't see his name in the top 20 here. And as we look down 21st to 4th, some unfortunate names down here that maybe just started towards the back, never could get forward. Diego Lopez, it was a tough break for that 0 team here today. They ran top 10 pretty much the whole race, and then trying to miss the spinning Ryan Brommer. He makes some slight contact. Didn't think that would actually do anything bad to the car. It did slow the car down. Lopez falls to 23rd. I believe he was about 6th or 7th on the final restart. Trey Rain, Dylan Ebrahimian, they had bad days from the top 2 positions in points. Ebrahimian 25th, Trey Rain 26th. The good news for Ebrahimian is that he keeps the points and extends it just a little bit over Trey Rainey, as we had 32 cars finished on the lead lap, 33rd on down, 1 lap down or out. Ryan Brommer from the 2nd starting position, and he led 4 laps in this race, down to 40th after battling for the lead with Jeff Bright and Rex himself from the 2nd position. Smith and Ormond, the other 2 cars to be retired from this event. And here are the points after a crazy North Wilkesboro day. Dylan Ebrahimian does keep the points lead. He extends it just a little bit over Trey Rainey, who does keep his 2nd position. Jake Galloway 3rd with that win. Greg Lee still 4th even after the bad day, and Steve Larker up inside the top 5. Great few races for Steve Larker. Then Simon Bloomfield is 6th, Paul Taylor 7th, Sean Richardson 8th, Ryan Brommer down to 9th, and George Cooper up to 10th. So there is the top 20. And our 2 wildcards currently Jeff Bright and Mike Burrow, currently 13th and 16th in points. And through 9 races this season, we've had 9 different winners so far in the Target Series season number 8. Will we continue that trend, or will someone finally break through and get their 2nd win of the season? It's going to be exciting to see. And for Colton Yo, 2 points outside the top 10 right now, 11th. Jose Mills is there. I mean, it's close inside the top 20 to try and get inside that top 10. Obviously, if you don't have a win, you definitely want to get up there. Just in case. Mathis Wells, 1 point for being inside the top 20. Franz Device is 18 points for being inside the top 20. That's a big point for him, because he needs to be top 20 to use that win as a wild card. Luke Rain trying to regain the ground that he lost at the start of the season. You have Jonathan Rains, Trip McGinnis, 2 more winners down to 27th and 28th. Eli Bright, good day up to 29th in points. We have some others down here, some unfortunate names down here who have not had the season they want. Adam McDowell still looking for his first top 10 this season. He's won the last 2 championships here in the Target Series. So the crazy North Wilkesboro race, and we're done with the short track swing in the Target Series. As we now keep it in North Carolina, we go to the Charlotte Speedway for the Pepsi 300. I will see you guys then.